capitalism, a system that thrives on humanity's greed and love for shiny stuff. It's also a system that's featured heavily in the world of Hamlet, the third and final DLC of Don't Starve. It is home to 2 fully fleshed out cities with a basic but functional economy system, and you normally don't see this system at the center of Hamlet challenges. That usually goes to the amazingly designed bosses. Well, 3 of them are amazingly designed, then one of them is just hold F to win. Regardless, Hamlet's backbone is its economy, and it's a simple one. You buy stuff for oinks, and then you sell stuff for oinks. And today, it will be the center of one of my most unique challenges possible. I will be attempting a challenge I conveniently dubbed the Don't Starve Rags to Riches challenge, where we will go from a oinkless peasant to a thriving oligarch in the world of Hamlet, all within a pretty strict time limit. What cruel and unusual methods will we utilize to obtain our goal of 4,000 oinks in a meager 100-day time limit? Well, let's load into our default modless Hamlet world with our favorite scientist Wilson to find out. Day 1. We load in, grab our machete, and get to work. While we do the basics of, every run, now's a good time to talk about the game plan. So the only major goal here is to somehow amass a fortune of 4,000 oinks, or a whole stack of 40 centa oinks. That's a lot of oinks, even for 100 whole days. And we not only have to get rich, but also stay alive, a task that's actually pretty hard in the world of Hamlet. Early game, we do have one powerhouse though, that will carry us to riches. But for that, we need a science machine. And conveniently, we find a very lucky cave cleft full of gold, and end the day with a very good line of resources. Day 2 starts with us in a painted biome. Here we could collect some easy iron, another vital resource for our early money-making methods, as it would allow us to create 2 important treasure hunting tools. And then we find it, Swinesbury, the first pig city that will be our main source of income for the better half of this run. We set up shop near this rundown house, and craft a shear, a backpack, a shovel, and a ball-peen hammer. The shears and the hammer are the most important, however, as they allow us to go relic hunting. Relics are by far the best source of income for an early game Hamlet player looking to get rich quick. Coming in at a whopping 10 oinks each, they are great, but their biggest drawback is that once they have all been sold, they don't exactly regrow, and there's certainly not enough relics on the map to amount to 4,000 oinks. But it's a start. So we head out in the jungle and do some scavenging of local archaeological sites for profit, and manage to get our hands on our first relic in the middle of the night. Relics, more relics, and ruins are the theme of Day 3. Our next goal was to visit Palace City, the capital of Hamlet, where Queen Malfalfa resides, as well as a myriad of new trader pigs, some vital for this challenge to even work. We exit the ruins into the brand new world, and before the day's over, we find it. Before we go back to Swinesbury, I had 2 goals. Make a large sale of all of these relics, and buy a pith hat for the upcoming humid season. Yes, we have to spend money, but it's to survive, because if we don't survive, well, the challenge is over. Unfortunately, by the time we had entered Palace City, it was dusk, so selling these relics is not possible, and no sales means no money for hats. So we head to the outskirts of town and find another ruins entrance, which was not connected to any islands, where we find not 1, not 2, but 3 more relics. That's 30 more potential oinks. Riches, here we come. Day 4 was finally selling day. We find ourselves a brown-coated professor pig and sell all 8 of our relics for a grand total of 80 oinks, bringing our grand total to, well, 80 out of 4,000 on day 4. Yeah, not the best, but hey, it's progress. The pith hat wasn't on sale today, so we end the day by spelunking back down into the ruins to find more relics to sell. On day 5, I make a bright discovery. The fact that this place is guarded by spider monkeys is awful, but it's not too bad. Yeah, you should really do something about that. Please do something about that. Oh well. Today we had our first hound attack, except they weren't hounds, they were bats. And while we took a decent beating from them, we ended victorious and obtained a pig skin, ? Which meant armor, as it's equal to, regular pig skin, which meant save for spelunking. But for that, we would need an alchemy engine, and this isn't Reign of Giants or Don't Starve Together, where we can just terrorize our local pig village for the resources. We had to make cut stones and boards all by ourselves, so that would have to wait. On our way to Swinesbury, we find even more relics and make another big sale, bringing our total up to 130 oinks. Not bad. We end the day by working our way towards the ever-elusive alchemy engine so that we could finally protect our rather weak, squishy Wilson body. All of our work didn't go unrewarded, as on the morning of day 6, we had it. A fully functional alchemy engine. And finally, armor. Now our spelunking journeys would not only be safer, but we would be able to fight the dwellers of the ruins. Scorpions in particular are sort of lucrative, as they have a chance to drop chitin, which sells for 3 oinks each to the gray-coated pig. While they aren't the best source of chitin, I'm not going to say no to an opportunity to fight the worst and most annoying mob in the entire game. But combat's not exactly on the menu today, because today I felt like chilling and doing some buying and some honest work. We buy a single piece of flint from the general store, I don't exactly know why, but that brought our total down to 129 oinks. But that's okay, because today we were going to get to work. If you have a pair of shears, you can trim hedges and then sell those clippings for 1 oink each to the yellow-haired pig woman. Each trimming costs the shear 5 durability, but you get 2 clippings per, making the whole system basically 1 pair of shears is worth 40 oinks. That's not bad. You can also use a razor that costs no durability, however this is bad for our purposes as you only get 1 clipping per trim, and we wanted to absolutely maximize our profits as fast as possible. So using a little iron and sticks doesn't really hurt us in the long run. Iron in particular can be mass produced with a method I will show later. Oh yeah, we also sold a peacock plume from our stockpile of feathers. Altogether, after a long romantic walk to the bank, we ended with a net profit and had 161 oinks to our name. Not shabby. Before the day even ended, we went into the Puglisk ruins for more relics, and managed to find the fabled blue sow. This will be vital later on, but for now it's just a pretty inventory slot. On day 7, as we head back towards the grandiose palace city, we stop to grab the jeweled truffle. This, along with the blue sow, will allow us to obtain the demolition hammer and the key to the city. The demolition hammer allows us to steal money as a last resort, but this comes at the cost of angering the local pig guards. Their aggression is kind of weird, and I'll go over it a bit more in depth soon, and the key to the city will allow us to build our very own pig city. This comes with a few benefits, having a home in a more convenient location, more convenient shops, and most importantly, we can become a landlord and get some passive income. But for now, those were big boy dreams for the future, as we were still relatively early in the challenge, only at day 7. I decided to spend some time re-rolling the hat shop for a pith hat, an effort that was as futile as it was expensive. We got some moggles, sure, but we left the hat shop with only 70 oinks to our name, and no pith hat. Now this was a rookie mistake, as the pith hat is actually surprisingly not required for humid season, but hey, you gotta spend money to learn. Day 8 was kind of a filler day, honestly. It wasn't totally wasted, we hid our money away, did some honest work, and ended the day with 18 more oinks. And then on day 9, we re-rolled the hat shop again. While this does make future me cringe now that I've learned the true humid season tech, you have to admit this was some pretty bad luck. We spend the remainder of day 9 traveling back to Swinesbury, now with a net worth of 67 oinks. For being 10% of the way done with our time limit, that was pretty bad. Day 10 was a day of selling and buying. We were now a proud homeowner, but this was by far our worst day for our net worth, as we dropped all the way down to 45 oinks in total. And to rectify that issue, we needed a get-rich-quick scheme. And what better way than to plunder ancient relics of the past? So we dived deep into the jungle. Oh yeah, we also made a pith hat with the single cloth we spawn in with. Why didn't I bring this up? Because it just makes me sad thinking about it. By day 11, we had recovered a respectable 3 relics, which we then sold for an extra 30 oinks. Then it was time to get to work. We made a Bug Be Gone, which is a surprisingly powerful humid season tool that could actually bring us a lot of profit. Made a Bandit Trap, which is basically a pig trap, but with an oink instead of a skin inside. And finally, near the end of the day, we fought off some bats, bringing us into my favorite season. Humid season started with us attempting to use our Bandit Trap, and failing incredibly. You see, bandit pigs are a bit smarter than regular old pigmen, and will flee after taking damage no matter what. It wasn't all that bad though, as we collected our stalking stick, which we had began drying out on day 10, for that sweet extra movement speed. Other than selling some stuff to bring our net worth back to a sweet 80 oinks, today was rather bland. mostly because of the fog, which limited our vision severely and grinded our progress to a halt. On day 13, the fog finally lit up, allowing us to make some progress. We made a relatively big sale, bringing our total to 100 oinks. We farmed the Iron Hulk for some, well, iron. This was the thing I was talking about earlier, by the way. It's actually pretty easy to farm them. And finally, we found a lone pig guard, who we stole his halberd from. Twice. Yeah, we're evil. This is a capitalist run. What did you expect? There's only one way to the top, and sunshine and rainbows aren't gonna get us there. There's gonna be a lot of this in the future. We then make our way to Palace City. Day 14 started with us emerging from our tomb into this. Now, I could have used my bug be gone, but I had never ever seen a swarm this large before. And remember, we are trying to make as much profit as possible. So I bring them into Palace City to hopefully secure another halberd from the pig guards living here. And of course, their valuable chitin, which sells for a whopping 3 oinks each. After letting the swarm loose, we build another bandit trap, but this time we are going to properly trap our wannabe Robin Hood and bring swift justice. But why are we baiting thief pigs exactly? Well, I'm glad you asked. You see, they have two very important drops. The treasure map, which leads to a treasure that is guaranteed to hold some money, but also, more importantly, the swashy hat. Now, I've claimed that this item was useless before, but in a run like this, where I want to maximize profit and minimize effort, it is a godsend. The swashy hat not only lowers your detection radius from pig guards while committing a crime, it also makes it so they won't remember you when you do get caught. It only works during dusk or night, however, but that's fine as dusk is generally unnaturally long in Hamlet, regardless of the season. And wait a minute, how do pig guards even remember you? Pig guard memory is weird and actually kind of complex. If you commit a crime in front of a pig guard, they will turn hostile to you. And if you aren't wearing a swashy hat during dusk or night, this pig will permanently remember your face and immediately aggro onto you forever when you get near them. If you do get caught without a mask, there's two things you can do. Pay them off with 10 oinks by dropping them and letting them take it, sort of like Dragonfly's Ash mechanics in Reign of Giants, or the old-fashioned method. Also, in true capitalist fashion, guards do not seem to care for their brethren. If you steal something, the guards will remember. If you attack a guard, other guards will aggro, but only the guard you attacked will remember that you attacked them. This can be used to bring a guard out of range to dispatch them easily. Yeah, memory is weird and unique to Hamlet, but it's cool. Speaking of cool things, we had a victim appear near the end of day 14 and caged him up for an easy looting at the start of day 15. Using our brand new swashy hat, which we got from, dispatching the Robin Hood, we loot Palace City. Now, I did this during daytime, so I was being a little stupid, but I had found a guard dead zone, which made for easy looting anyway. We even dug up the hidden treasure. Things were going great. Now, all we had to do was head back to the bank at Swinesbury to tally up our money, and then the fun part of getting lots and lots more money could really begin. Hamlet is unforgiving. Now, that death was entirely my fault, yes. Not taking the time to deal with the spider monkeys was the butterfly effect that led to that. And I was far too shocked to do anything about it during the whole attack. But that's not the end of the story. We tried, and we failed, sure. But it was only day 16. That's like, 2 hours of work? It sucks, but hey, I enjoy Hamlet. I don't mind going for another spin. Now, you all know my route here, so we're just gonna do a quick montage up to where we were. Spoiler alert, I do a lot better. Who knew? Practice made you better at stuff. Of course, it's gonna breeze by for you guys, but these redos increase the amount of time I have to spend on a challenge dramatically. So if you appreciate this video and made it this far, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you aren't already. Alright, let's get into the second and hopefully final attempt of the Rags to Riches challenge. This run was already going much, much better. By the time humid season had begun, we had already established our very own pig city. It was small, but this was enough to get tax revenue flowing, which was passive income. We had set up on the Puglisk Island, and the name I would be giving this grand town would be Puglantis, since we lived on some ancient ruins near the Puglisk's fountain. We also had a fortune of 240 oinks. Yeah, a lot better than our previous run. You may also notice a sinister looking headpiece in our inventory, and that, my friends, is the cowl, my new favorite headpiece. The cowl acts as a relatively expensive pair of moggles, costing 1 batwing, 1 compass, and pigskin to create it. It also cannot be refueled. So why do I love it exactly? It is the single best counter to Hamlet's worst mechanic, the fog. It's not perfect vision, but it allows you to ignore the whole being blind thing. Of course, it still comes at the cost of, being squishy, but that won't be a problem at all, right? Either way, now it was time to do a little bit more catch-up and looting of Swinesbury. By day 17, we had officially broken our previous record, and began to finally build up the town of Puglantis. Before we even knew it, time had slipped through our fingers, as it was already day 20. Wow, humid season was almost over, and that was good, but it meant lush season was almost here. Thankfully, we had already prepared by digging up some bloomed nettles, so allergies weren't going to be a problem. But there is one issue. Humid season is by far the most profitable, as you can essentially farm rabid beetles for valuable chitin. So that was our game plan for the remainder of humid season. We make it through humid season and end up with a net worth of 441 oinks. That's including the ones I had at home, of course. That's really good, but still nowhere near our goal. Lush season was here now, and while it's far less profitable than humid season, it's also less dangerous, with the only scary part being sneezing a little bit, which isn't that bad at all, to be honest. And with the bloom of lush season in full effect, so too did the bloom of our work ethic go in full effect. Did that even make any sense? Future me, reword that. No, wait, why are you reading it? Are you stupid? Either way, it was back on the grind. We did lots and lots of cool stuff, like big game hunting, getting revenge for Wilson v1, and crafting gunpowder and a gas mask. Why? Because on day 28, it was time to head to Herald Island to attempt to control the single most devastating event in Don't Starve, the apocalypse. And we actually get super lucky in finding the proper ruins, so the gas forest doesn't give us much trouble. And by day 29, we emerge from the ruins and enter Herald Island. After mapping out the island, I realized that it's actually pretty good. Better than the Puglisk Island, that's for sure. So this is where I get the bright idea to pack up shop and move our city here instead. But that's a problem for another day. First things first, finding that calendar. This would allow us to have insurance and control over the upcoming apocalypse. And what do you know, we find it. Now that that's taken care of, we no longer have to fear the literal end times, so we can spend some time relocating to this new and much better island. But first, it's wartime. That's right, as mayor of Puglantis, I'm jealous of our competitor city Swinesbury gathering all of the Queen's attention. I should own the economy, not that fraud Mayor Truffleston. So we get eaten by a giant bird, demilitarize Swinesbury, and then slowly, very slowly, build the ultimate siege engine. Bomb, bomb. Alright, let's bring him over. Yes, yes, yes. Come, my war machine. Woo! That was good. Okay. Here we go, here we go! Yes! Swinesbury shall lay in waste. Alright, let's bring these pig guards in. Oh, pig guards! Yeah, that's right. You know you want to fight this guy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You still want to fight me. There we go. Alright, while they're distracted, we must steal. she? Gotta be careful, man. We are taking some damage from this. Oh my goodness. This is how wars were meant to be waged. Not me again. Good. Woo! Good luck with that, brother. They seem to be doing an awful job, so I'll let them keep at it. Actually, he's in there cooking. Oh god. This is a really good rock farm. Dude, this is an amazing rock farm. Oh no, he's unstoppable. Crap. Alright, good luck in there, brother. Wish you well. Wish you well. I'm just gonna steal the rest of the stuff here. Okay, my war machine is causing a lot more collateral than I would have liked. I'll be honest. Oh my god, they're all falling. I thought that Swinesbury would be able to handle it, I'm not gonna lie. I genuinely thought Swinesbury would be able to handle the Iron Hulk. But they weren't able to handle the Iron Hulk, and now I'm a little worried. My war machine is too strong. He's too strong. I have to contend with my own war machine, guys. Oh! We just shut the lights out, dude. My creature. He's too powerful. The last pig guard. His last stand. Can he do it? Can he do it, man? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, he's smart. Gladstone! Gladstone! The last... I'll give him an honorable battle for that one. For that, he gets an honorable battle in death. Farewell, Gladstone. The last remaining soldier. Swinesbury had fallen. No guards meant we could pick it clean and transfer it to our new city. But that infused iron was useful. Very, very useful. I think you know what's about to happen. It's time! Alright. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Goodbye, Pugalisk. Goodbye, Pugalisk. Ow, he actually stunned me. Goodbye, Pugalisk. Wow! With the Pugalisk down in record time, we fire our pig guards and prepare to tear down the city of Puglantis in favor of a new city that we had been working on silently in the background, Portopia. Our blooming city was going to fare super well and probably make us a ton in revenue. We begin looting with one very successful trip, and then we head back out ignoring a bat attack because really, we were basically invincible, so who cares? And on our way back from the second trip, and that was the end of Wilson v2. And let me tell you, that one hurt. Normally bats will circle you and engage 1 to 3 at a time, but for some reason, these bats decided to all engage me at once, bringing my health from full to empty in the matter of 2 seconds. Do I think this death was my fault? Not really. Bat AI is just so weird and unpredictable, but in reality, it was my fault. I was the one who let those bats spawn in like that, And in the end, it was another fatal lesson to learn about the uncompromising world of Hamlet. 50 days in really hurts. That's about 5 hours of effort. But to be fair, we were set to fail the challenge anyway. Wilson V2 only had a net worth of around 700 when he croaked. And with us almost halfway through the challenge, that wasn't great. It was right here where I began to have doubts about this challenge. As since we were locked to Hamlet-only worlds, our late to mid-game money sources were pretty rough. But I'm no quitter, so I jumped right back in for yet another attempt at this surprisingly difficult challenge. And here's how it went. By day 28 of our brand new run, you could really tell I was getting better at this. Tons of halberds, Robin, and we've already conquered Apocalypse Island in the name of our future city. Now, to prevent instant kills on us, I had a target, the Ancient Herald. Defeating him would allow me to craft a Void Cloak. For those of you who don't play Hamlet, the Void Cloak is basically a piggyback that doesn't slow you down and acts as improved bone armor, with no cooldown and 900 extra health. Oh yeah, it's also refuelable, with Nightmare Fuel. This item is a no-brainer, so we set up and prepare for the most epic battle ever. Okay, you guys have already seen me fight this guy before. He's kind of a joke. Just get body and head armor and tank him with a handbat, and 9 times out of 10, you will defeat him before he even gets his first summon on you. We then turn the Apocalypse off, farm the ends well for some easy Nightmare Fuel, and purple gems, and finally we had a backpack fit for a king. So what did I do with my newfound power? Well, first I farmed up some more Nightmare Fuel to ensure that we could keep this power. By day 37, I felt completely immortal. Our stats were great, Temperate Season was here once again, and we had the most powerful chess piece in the game. Nothing could end this run. I was gonna make sure of it. But here was the problem: money. You see, in my efforts to ensure that I survive, I haven't been grinding out that much cash. You know, the whole point of this challenge. But a great source of cash is actually platypines. These little guys are super easy to deal with and are generally harmless as you can stun lock them. The one thing my Void Cloak can't prevent: drowning. Funny enough, had I not panicked and finished the platypine off, I probably would have been totally fine. By this point, I had spent 100 days failing this challenge. And not even because of the challenge. It was just because Hamlet is so damn unforgiving. But wait, let's start crunching the numbers on this challenge because I'm actually getting doubts about it now. Well, first, artifacts are by far the best way to get money in a Hamlet-only world. They are the only things not locked behind either waiting a day for refreshes or seasons. Then there's obviously chitin, but that's only mass producible during humid season. Hedges and ropes are alright to sell, but if you harvest too many, you have to wait for regrowth. And the actually valuable trades like Nightmare Fuel are locked behind a once per day time limit. So relics are great, but after this run, I decided to start testing a few Hamlet worlds. And I found that there's generally only 1,000 to 2,000 oinks worth of relics in a default Hamlet world, including the extra ruins and suspicious cracks. That means even with the best possible RNG, we would still need to come up with 2,000 more oinks using less valuable means. And that's not even counting how long it would take to amass the gunpowder and other goods to actually collect all of the relics on the map. So the question here is, do I think collecting 4,000 oinks in 100 days is possible? Maybe. But it would involve sitting and staring at hedges and long grass or vines for rope, and overall it wouldn't be very fun, since you would just be living to get more money. It's almost as if this whole challenge was a metaphor for capitalism. But before you click off the video, I'm not gonna end it there. You guys clicked on the video to see a completed Rags to Riches challenge, so let's put these numbers to more reasonable standards. 4K in 100 days may not be as viable, But what about 1K in a mere 33 days, aka 1 Hamlet year? Now there's an idea. We know this is possible thanks to relics, and if we get particularly lucky, we could probably finish this with only relics. Either way, this absolute idiot clearly sucks at this, so I'm gonna be tackling this challenge. That's right, with all the collective knowledge I had just shared with you guys, it's time to hop down in there and try this challenge for myself. You gotta go quick, so like right now, let's go. Let's do it. So we need to rush, hopefully find a cave cleft. What is this world gen? I hate when worlds do that. So that we can make the science machine right about here. I feel like this is a good spot. No need for machete anymore. Go grab tons of grass. If you can't tell, I'm kind of locking in right now because like the failed challenges before, like I don't like failing. I really don't like failing. And the amount of failure I have done is just too much. Too much. Ooh, double gold right off the bat is beautiful. Okay. Ha, we got a Basilisk Wing. Nice! Ooh, this is good. This is free stuff, basically. Because these traps are easy to fight. You just light it. There we go. No problem. Alright, that's more money for us. Pugalisk Island by day 2. Not shabby. Good. We'll leave all of our relics by the iron things so we can not only know where they are, but also just come grab them when we're ready for them. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my goodness. The hedge maze set piece. Oh my money. Alright, add to our relic pile over here. Dude, we have the biggest relic pile ever. Boom. Alright. Dude, that's a lot of money. Surprised I haven't gotten hit yet by this thing. Alright, I think that's all I want from him. Oh my goodness, dude, we have a massive fortune here. Big money time. We have even more now. Now if we go to the bank, we can consolidate and get a full quote. 1, 2, 310 oinks. What do we got? Ooh, honestly, not bad. What do we got here? That was worth it. All that took was a small amount of spelunking, and now we are at a sizable. That's 400. Next goal is to get the blue sew, to get the demolition hammer, to get a halberd, and then make our way back here. There's a good chance we won't be back before hurricane season starts. Hurricane season. Humid season. Shot a little bit and get out. We got it. We got it, ladies and gentlemen. We got it. All right, let's unlock this. Take this. Executive hammer got. Okay. Perfect. Now we have a halberd. Gotta fight one of these big baddies. And there it is. All right. Boom. Well, what I want to do is I want to walk. I like taking long romantic walks to the bank. Hello. Ooh, yes. Okay. So we have 534 oinks. I like how that works perfectly right there. 534 oinks. So if you don't know how the poison rainforest works, it's the turf, not the gas that hurts you. Like you can stand on tiled turf without taking any poison damage, but if you're standing on the bad turf, you take poison damage. I see, once I stand on this turf, I am totally safe. Yes, sir. Okay, what do we got up here? Spot. Oh, you need to be careful. Again, this is why I still don't like humid season. Because one, we're not wearing any armor now, so we are at risk here. It's still kind of hard to see. So we have 614 oinks now. On day 13. I think we can do this. And now you guys understand why getting 4,000 in 100 days is actually pretty hard. It might even be impossible. Because remember, we're running out of relics. We've actually almost completely drained the world of all of its relics. I mean, there's a few more relics that we could probably go grab. But in terms of, in the grand scheme of things, we've drained the world of all the relics. In here, I think we should be at 800. Realistically, we should be at over 800. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop our kite in here. We're gonna drop our nettles here. We're gonna drop our relic here, and we're gonna go ahead and drop our cash here, as well as our quills. I think that's good. We'll take our nettles though and put them over here. But yeah, and our 7 oinks. Okay. Now let's go do some hard labor. By day 21, we had finished the challenge. I locked in, and after a trip to the bank, we somehow managed to amass a grand total of 1,120 oinks, way past our original goal of 1,000, and on day 21 nonetheless. With this world, I definitely could have went for the original 4K goal, but remember, we had drained the entire world of its artifacts, so we would have just been camping that hedge maze pretty much for the entire run, and it wouldn't be fun to play or watch. So for now, I'm happy, and we treat ourselves to a lovely spending spree to make a mansion capable of showing off our riches. Hello everybody, and welcome to my new and improved Rags to Riches crib. Now, we have here a lovely living room full of bench, desk, lamp, other lamp, home sweet home, and all the goodies you could want in a bed, in a living room. Over here, we have the beautiful greenhouse with full greenhouse walls. I mean, come on, those look gorgeous. And lots of plants. This is how I get my oxygen. This is how I breathe. Over here, we have our fully equipped kitchen with a crock pot that is fully functional. It makes fire somehow inside, but it doesn't even matter. And look at this, dude. It is so pretty. Wonderful. Now, you might be asking, where are the bathrooms? Where are the bedrooms? There are none. Billionaires don't need to use those, like me. Speaking of being a billionaire, I have right here my fortune room. Oh yeah. This place glistens, and I like to just come here to think about all the times I've failed this challenge. And look at this now. Look at us now. Look at all of our oinks. Look at how rich we are. And there you have it. The Don't Starve Rags to Riches challenge. We had gone from a peasant to one of the wealthiest people around. We didn't have our own city, but we had enough wealth to last us forever. And for that, I was happy to end this challenge here. I know it changed dramatically at the end, but that was both to minimize RNG And because, do you guys really want to watch a montage of me trimming hedges for 60 to 70 days straight? Because that's exactly what it would have required. Either way, this challenge gave me a whole new respect for Hamlet. This DLC is truly the most punishing form of Don't Starve. One mistake and your world is gone forever. This is emphasized by the lack of touchstones. Even if they did exist, I would obviously not allow revives, as with all my other challenges, but even in a standard playthrough, it's risky business. One wrong step and you're just done. Like that. At least in Don't Starve Together you have a ghost. Here, everything you've ever done is just gone forever. It's rough, man. But regardless, it was super fun. And I hope you all enjoyed it. This has been Polar Lotus, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.